started by classical, then somehow going to jazz, then I've been wandering around for a little bit, then I finally realized that both ways are true to myself. I would say I'm still stepping on both sides right now. Hello, my name is Apu. I'm a jazz pianist and composer.
今天他将带着他的最新专辑《新的记忆》与大家见面。
This album is my first official studio recording of Kapustin's works, which includes the 8 concert etudes and the variations. Nikolai Kapustin is a Russian composer, and he and I had a very special relationship. I would say, a privilege to meet him in 2016 when he was about 79 years old. I was introduced to his music at a very early age when I was still studying in Beijing. I often say that I would dedicate a great part of my musical life to separating Nikolai Kapustin's music. I started playing and studying jazz when I was 9 years old. I was same year when I entered the Central Conservatory. I come to the East Shore Jazz Cafe very often when I was about 12, 13. My father, he would bring me to different performances, and I would go on stage to play with the musicians. You know, there's a thing called jam session in jazz. You choose a song and you briefly, or not even discussing how to play, but everything happens on the stage and you get to meet musicians by playing with them. So I got to know a lot of people from this very stage and this very room. I was 13 years old, and at the time I had just formed my first jazz trio. We have been rehearsing for a couple of months, and we really knew what to play, and we really wanted to present this. There was a little pressure, but the happiness came out of the pressure.
下面我们为大家演奏一首我非常喜欢的一个法国传奇爵士音乐家 Michel Petrucciani 的作品。
但是呢，在语言表达上，我认为他已经很好了。
就是让很多人比较震惊，因为他确实13岁的孩子，能够那么完美的演绎很多种风格的爵士乐，包括技术，包括他的表达，包括他的演奏，包括他的完整度，包括与别人的配合等等的，相当成熟。
我现在都在想起来很多的点点滴滴。
当时就是很惊讶啊，非常的惊讶，然后又特别的开心，因为在我们爵士乐，在中国爵士乐这个土壤里，能够长出一颗这么好的一颗芽子，从此以后就是阿布就成了我们这个爵士圈的一个焦点。
I moved to New York in 2014 and started by enrolling in the Juilliard School in the pre-college program.
然后他当时正好是回北京，我们一块吃饭，说他自己还是选择了去学古典。我当时就问阿布，我说为什么呀？他说爵士音乐的东西呢，通过那些大量的古典的理论跟审美跟修养呢，可以自己去发展爵士乐。但是古典音乐那个海洋太巨大了，营养太多了，我必须要去好好去学习。
First prize, I think you would all agree with me. Liang Kai, once again.
I was the only Chinese participant in the jazz piano category, and I turned out to be the first Chinese winner of the competition. But the more part that I enjoyed is to perform for the audience, because the competition was open for everybody who wished to come. So that was a good memory. I was thrilled to receive the invitation to attend the International Jazz Day. It's a maybe the biggest event of the jazz world. I got to meet a lot of the greatest jazz stars in the world. Listening to each other is very important, and through the performing events on the International Jazz Day, I learned how I should be listening to other people with a very open ears. Because when you improvise together, you not only have to play by yourself, but you have to listen to other people, have to listen to the drum, how they're playing the beats, and how the bass is walking the line, and how the trumpeter is soloing. Jazz really focus on the very moment you are playing or singing, a tune. So it's about how you live at the very moment. I think it's the state of mind in Beijing and New York is very different. But New York is a very interesting place. I got to listen to many more performances and to meet and play with musicians from not only the United States, but from other countries. In Beijing, every time I perform at the East Shore, I have this feeling of coming back, going home feeling. But in New York, even today, I don't have this feeling of, or not as strong as in Beijing to be very much settled. So I'm always up somewhere and ready to go. Well, both are very busy cities. I think my greatest hobby besides music is cooking. There is a great similarity between you serving a dish to a person or you performing a piece for a crowd because you want to make them happy. You want to make them feel something through the profession you love to do. When you eat something, it makes you have this memorable taste, and in music it's the same. You try to find the feeling or try to retreat the moment you performed this many years ago, and you try to bring that to the table one more time. I like to call myself a pianist and a composer. I think the music I compose, especially in the recent 2 years, they have been more involved with a lot more things beyond jazz. A composer not only composes only at the table, but could be any time. You walk on the streets and at other places I may have ideas coming to me, and the inspirations comes from life. Performing is about art in the very minute, but composition is about art in the whole time. Nicolas Kapustin is a very special composer, not only because of his special way of infusing jazz elements in his classical composition, but also to produce a very fresh and new sound in the contemporary area. It was actually after the moment I walked out of his apartment in Moscow, I had the feeling that basically I had a new life and I had a new eyes, and things are now in a different dimension. Before going to the stage, I would stay and try to calm myself down for maybe just a few minutes, but to bring my emotion to a flat surface. Then I can be prepared to welcome the audience and to see how they are reacting to my appearance.
他的个性很冷静，也非常逻辑。同时在演奏的时候，他可以把他所有的热情释放出来。我觉得这个他是完整的。你每天要超过8个小时、7个小时、10个小时的大量的枯燥的训练，才能让你的天赋在你的掌握的这个语汇里去体现出来，对吧？大量的刻苦，那是绝对不能逃不过去的。
think we are all, we all born with some sort of talent, but it's most important of how you can develop it. And to learn how to develop it is a very painful progress because you have to make mistakes, then you know what to do. A lot of people say you have to know what to not play in order to know what to play. So I think that's the theory behind how you can educate yourself to be a better musician. If you still give me another chance to reselect my instrument, I would still select the piano because there's so much colors and stories and literatures behind piano.